Hello, Daniel.
Hi, hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm actually working and just writing test cases for my bug fix on work.
Mhm.
So pretty
So,
cool.
yeah, can you tell brief about yourself and about your experience? Where are you from?
Okay, I'm actually a computer science student from the Philippines. I'm on my third year in the university and also started working just last August from a remote work as a junior web developer on a fintech company. And then I enjoy web development, mostly back end, and I love watching TV. That's all.
Yeah, I also love to watch TV a lot. So, how did you come to know about Twindle?
uh, so I follow many devs on Twitter. So I guess it just the Twitter algorithm recommended to me. So it just popped up on my feed.
Okay, thank you. So, why Twindle? Why not any other project?
Uh, I think it's nice to have a project where everyone is just started learning. You grow together with them. So I want to be part of that uh, growth and to help others who are just starting in this field. You know, find their interests and what they really want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the intention of this project is for the beginners because people who started already contributing open source, they'll get their way to, contribute in different project. But for the beginner, they really struggle. It is not about the knowledge of experience. Even the people who have 5 6 year experience who never contributed in open source, they sometimes get stuck. They don't know where to start and how to be participate in the open source community.
Yes, I agree with you.
So after joining the Twitter, what you did, Twindle?
Okay, I visit the GitHub repo, then just read the documentations, all the README, and then I found the link on the Discord, so I joined. I also joined on the Discord server, and that's where I met everyone.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. And I see that you have work on Twindle script.
Yes, I work on Windows Script. So apparently, our one member just uh, work on the Twindle script, but it only runs on Node.js on the backend part. So I want to show our other members, the team, that we can also do that on the client side, just using JavaScript scripting.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk about more about that? Is it your project like Page and index.html script?
Excuse me, what? Again? Ah, yeah. That one, I just use that for displaying the output of the code since the code connects to the API of GitHub. So it gets the data there and it display it to that page.
Yeah, so the
So
index.html is very simple. We'll go with starting because people don't know where to start. Like, so in the index.html, do you have any complexity or only you have added one script tag here?
I only one script tag here. Yeah, actually it's just auto populated by my IDE. So I just
Why
included that.
is it used intentionally or it is just randomly why you use async attribute?
Uh-huh. Why did I use async? I think it's for the API since it's running in the background.
Okay,
So I
okay.
have to use async.
No issue, no issue. I just wanted to know. Yeah. Yeah. Your code looks very good. You have like commented code because in the open source, right, all are beginner. We have to teach them how to write better code.
Yes, agree.
So which is your entry point? Like where should I start? Main is the entry point?
Yes, I actually just copied that code from another one, the backend part, then just included the line 52 to 57. That's
Okay.
just what I did.
Oh, that's pretty good. That is exactly what is open source contribution is all about. Working together and improving it as per we feel convenient. You know.
Yes.
So basically, can you tell me what exactly this script is doing?
So yes, of course. Okay. So the script again, it's calling the GitHub API to collect all the committers from that repo. So because on GitHub there is no endpoint for that, so we have to improvise. We have to improvise for that. So we use fetch commit API because it's it's getting yeah, that's the endpoint for that. Uh, it gets all the commits on a repo, and then from that, uh, if it's successful, we go to the. Can you go up?
Just one question I have.
Yes.
We no need to pass any authentication here, user ID, password, or any kind of.
Yeah, it's just a get request
Okay,
from the GitHub.
so it is open in public.
Yes, it's a public endpoint.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Yeah. So this one.
Okay, so yeah, that's the script. Okay, we again get the data from the endpoint, and then since the endpoint has many pages, so we have to loop over it until there's no more page left.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we have again first to delay it first because the GitHub server may uh, have some issue with too many requests sending to their server. So we have to use the delay function to that is set in 2 seconds. So every 2 seconds, our uh, fetch API will call the GitHub and retrieve the data. Then it will append all that data to the array of data, and then the fetch data from GitHub function will return every data that was fetched from all the pages of GitHub API.
Okay,
Then
okay.
from that,
Go ahead.
can you go down? Can you scroll below? Okay. So once it's done, so we have the fetch data from GitHub. So then we use set, which is uh, we find the unique commits, and then we iterate over the commit data, and then just retrieve all the authors and their handle from the data, and then append it to the commit data, and then and then we load it to the HTML using that uh, code.
Okay, okay, sounds interesting. And why you have async written over here? What is the use of it?
So async is to so we don't have to because we have a wait for the fetch data from GitHub function, so we need to use as async.
Mm-hmm. So this async and await we have to keep on using.
Yes.
What is this await keyword do?
So await is rather than using callbacks, we use async await. So we have to make sure that all the data are fetched first from the fetch data from GitHub. Then we start working. We start uh, then we start displaying it. That's like it.
So if I don't mention async, I can't use await.
Yes, you can. You'll have a syntax error or somewhat like that.
Okay,
This
okay.
it has to.
But will it cause any issue if I call like main program like this? Even though I use async, I can call as a normal function, right?
Yes, you can call it as a normal function.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I think it's very interesting to know. Like apart from that, what are the other areas you would feel like you want to contribute in future?
So again, I want to contribute on the Twindle. Okay. Maybe I want to work on the API part. You know.
So did you get a Twitter API? You have applied it?
Yes, I have my Twitter API and keys on me.
Yeah, because that is the one area we have not done good progress. Do you mind to come up with some solution quickly whenever you get chance?
I think we can make a bot for Twitter. So we make a account for that will have all the API keys. So we can also make a bot for Twindle, something like that.
The way I'm thinking, right, there is like one phase one and phase two. In the phase one, right, we'll have the npm install Twindle. So as a machine, as a user, you'll try to install our Twindle package in your locally, and you have to give your own secret key and password so that it won't be exposed.
Okay.
So that we can give some option, for example, to convert to thread ID and see this no Twindle, thread ID and PDF.
Okay. Pretty cool. Yes.
We'll write all the program here, so you can feel free to use your own API key just to interact with this Twitter API and get the result and do the thing, so that you no need to share your API key to other people. And also,
Yes.
like in the phase one, right? If somebody else want to use, because there is a strong developer community who may need this scenario, so they can use the install our package and they can configure their API key and password. We'll create some help documentation and they can able to convert it in CLI. In phase two, we'll host this conversion into website and we can create like common account and we'll do in the later point of time. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think it's pretty good and well thought out.
Yeah. So do you think that you can proceed with this Twitter API call? Not a hurry. You can take your time, days, and but I will count on you that you are working on this.
Okay. Sure. No problem. I'll
Do you
work
have
on it.
Do you have any more question here, like how to call Twitter API and other thing?
Uh, I'll ask you if I have another question on email, maybe, or chat. Okay. But
But
as of now, I don't have any question.
yeah, but you understood the requirement, right? Like npm module,
Yes.
you create a properties file. There you put your secret key and password. Don't commit into the public. If somebody, let's say I want to run, right? I'll use your package, but I have to use on my own key and secret. But your
Yes.
code should
Yes.
work exactly. If you are able to run CLI, so using your key, you can run in local machine. So I can, once I export, I will run in my local machine. And this phase one, that is the scope of it. We can expose using npm module. And phase two, because all our integration will be ready, PDF generation will be streamlined, so that we can leverage all the code and we can migrate all to the server so that we can host it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. It is.
Yeah, yeah. So do you suggest do you have any critical feedback in terms of managing the project better, or we can do much better some area?
Uh huh. Um. I think for the commit message, it should be organize. We can use Committisen for our project, and also we have to also have a linter, set up on that.
Yeah, so let me little bit talk about that. Like, see, this Twindle is for beginner oriented, right? I want to, because first time once we are doing that, right? This is the playground. So all are encouraged
Okay.
to contribute and play around with, come up with a different solution. There is no hard and fast rule, because if you try to put more rules, then people will be discouraged to contribute their code.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes. Okay.
once they do that, right, in this Twindle CLI, this is a private at this moment, we have a guidelines. Use ESLint,
Okay.
Prettifier, Node library for CLI, use NPM, Node.js, we'll use Jest and Airbnb coding style. So this is, once we have a matured solution, so we'll glue together, like Kenny is working on this and I'm also guiding. So we'll migrate the code to here eventually. But let's say you finish your API and people finish your PDF. So we'll take all the good pieces of code and we'll do linting. Here it will be more stricter process. Which more do you think it will help?
So,
Yeah, do you think this approach will help?
excuse me. What?
No,
Pardon?
you follow this Twindle CLI thing. Here we are using the ESLint, Prettier, and Jest. Do you think this approach will
Okay.
help?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, then. Yeah. Thank you very much, Daniel. It is very nice
Yes,
to
no
chat with you.
problem. Yes, you too, Profile.
Yeah. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.